Once upon a time, a single laugh changed the way an entire room looked at one man. They thought faith was weakness. They thought belief was outdated. What happened next would silence every voice that mocked him. His name was Yusuf, and he worked in a modern office filled with glass walls, sharp suits, and louder opinions. People respected success there, not sincerity. Confidence mattered more than character. And faith, that was something you were supposed to keep hidden. Every day, Yusuf arrived early. He worked hard, spoke politely, and never complained. When lunchtime came, he stepped away quietly, found a corner and prayed. He didn't announce it. He didn't preach. He simply believed. One afternoon, someone noticed. A small laugh. Then another. "Do you really believe prayer changes anything?" A co-worker joked loudly. Another added, "This isn't the old world anymore." The room laughed. Yusuf smiled softly and said nothing. "Before we go further, if you believe faith, honesty, and patience still matter in today's world, subscribe to Whisperloft right now. Stories like this remind us who we are when no one is watching. The jokes didn't stop. They grew sharper. Subtle at first, then open. Some mocked his prayer breaks. Others questioned his intelligence. "Maybe if you worked more and prayed less, you'd get promoted," someone said. Yusuf heard everything. But he chose silence, because long ago, his mother had taught him something he never forgot. Beta, Jablog Hans Rehi Hun, Allah Dekraha Hotahai, or Jab Allah Faiz Lakatahai. Awazki Zarurat Nahi Hoti. When people laugh, Allah is watching. And when Allah decides, he doesn't need noise. Weeks passed, then months. A major project was announced. Big clients, big pressure, careers on the line. Everyone wanted credit. Everyone wanted control. Yusuf worked day and night. He stayed honest. He helped teammates, even those who mocked him. He corrected mistakes quietly. He shared ideas without demanding praise. One co-worker, Mark, took advantage of Yusuf's nature. He presented Yusuf's ideas as his own. He laughed the loudest at Yusuf's faith. He rose faster than anyone. Then came the final presentation day. Executives filled the room. Screens lit up. The project began smoothly. Until it didn't. A critical error appeared on the screen. Data didn't match. Numbers collapsed. The room froze. Mark panicked. Blame flew across the table. "This section was Yusuf's responsibility," Mark said confidently. Eyes turned. The same eyes that once laughed. Yusuf stood up calmly. "This part was altered after review," he said gently. "I documented the changes. The executives asked for proof. Emails were pulled. Timestamps checked. Files opened. The truth appeared line by line." Mark's face went pale. The room went silent. But the real moment hadn't arrived yet. The system crashed completely. Years of data suddenly inaccessible. Executives whispered urgently. Millions were at risk. Someone said, "We need a solution. Now." Yusuf closed his eyes for a brief second. He whispered a prayer under his breath. Not loudly. Not for show. Just sincerely. Then he spoke. "There's a backup path," he said. "It was never approved because it seemed unnecessary. They tried it. The system restored. The project was saved. Careers were saved." The room stayed silent. No laughter. No jokes. No mockery. One executive finally spoke. "Why didn't you mention this earlier?" Yusuf replied calmly, "I did. But it wasn't believed." That day Mark lost his position. Yusuf was offered a promotion. But here's the miracle no one expected. Yusuf didn't celebrate loudly. He didn't humiliate anyone. He didn't mention faith. He helped Mark quietly pack his desk. Because true revenge isn't humiliation. It's dignity. Weeks later, Yusuf used his new position to create fair systems, honest reviews, and opportunities for others. Productivity improved. Respect returned. The same people who once mocked him now lowered their voices when he prayed. Not because he demanded it, but because Allah had already answered. Faith didn't silence the room. Truth did. If this story moved you, comment below. Have you ever been mocked for what you believe? Share this story with someone who needs strength today. And stay with Whisperloft. Because sometimes, the miracle doesn't arrive with thunder. It arrives with silence.